Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and this is one of the most capable pickup trucks you can buy. This is the 2024 GMC Sierra 2500 HD in the Denali Ultimate trim. And in this video, I'm going to take you on a quick tour. Stay tuned. If you want to see a full in-depth cinematic review of this, go find our premium channel, GT Premium Reviews. I'll link that down in the description, where we'll show off some more of the details that make this thing so unique. Down to the river, down to the river. Oh, bury me, carry me, oh, far beneath, oh, fire and water me, going down deep, saying, oh, bury me, carry me, oh, far beneath, oh, fire and water me, washing me clean, kerosene creek. All right, Gearheads, before we get into this one, I do want to say a huge thank you to GMC for bringing this one to me to test for you for a week and just to live in luxury for a little bit, because this thing is nice. But I'm doing something I don't normally do. I'm using a tripod to show you just how big this pickup truck is. I'm 5'10", and you can see my view over the hood of this thing. It is absolutely massive. And speaking of this hood, why don't I go ahead and show you exactly what lurks underneath the hood of this big beast. So like I said, this is the 2500 version and the 2024 model year version. So for that, GMC has made a few upgrades. And here in this particular vehicle, we've got 470 horsepower at a relatively low 2,800 RPM, but the big number is 975 pound-feet of torque, available down low at 1,600 RPM. So very nice, very powerful 6.6 liter Duramax underneath the hood of this beast. And when it comes to closing this thing, I actually had to get over here to the side because this is really far up there. So yeah, coming around to the side just to close this. We'll talk towing number here in just a little bit, but oh my goodness, the upgraded look and design of this 2024 model year is absolutely top notch. This being the new Denali Ultimate trim means it just takes things to the next level. So you get this Vader chrome grille. Yes, that is their terminology, not mine, so I don't know. There must be some Star Wars fans in the halls of GMC, but Vader chrome grille, and you get the blacked out GMC here. Get the little bit of schnoz to let airflow in there, but this thing is absolutely massive and imposing when on the road. Then you can see we have full LED headlights on this one, the C-channel running lights and turn signals as well. We have LED fog lights down low, but those only work when that engine is running. And well, it is a diesel, so you wouldn't really be able to hear me as well if I did have it going. Being a Denali Ultimate, we also get chrome recovery hooks up here. We do get parking sensors all the way around, 360 cameras. This one even has a washer on it, but just an all-around very nice, very masculine, very upscale look. And here in East Texas, these things are a status symbol. This is the ultimate, pun intended, status symbol here in Texas. Yes, I have been thumbing my nose at people driving Ram 2500s and King Ranch Edition F-150s or F-250s. This is where it's at. And when we get inside, you'll absolutely see what I mean. But before we go inside, I did want to give you a closer look at the lights and all of the subtle details on the front of this vehicle. So not only do you have these kind of glowing C-channel lamps that serve as both your running light and your turn signal, there's just a nice glow to them, but you get your corner marker lamps here because this is a very massive vehicle, over the 80 inches wide, that require additional marker lamps. You can see we also get them on top of the cab. But we have this new 2500 badge right here on the front bumper, the new Vader Chrome look right here above the LED fog lights, and just a very tall, very imposing grille up front here. I do like what GMC is doing here. You have the hookup right here for your engine block heater, so no need to feed that wire through the grill to warm that engine block up. You can just plug it into the side here. This being the Denali Ultimate, we also get these blacked out wheels here wrapped in Goodyear Wrangler rubber. These are two 75/55 R 20-inch Goodyear Wranglers wrapped around these Denali labeled, branded tin lug wheels here. They are very nice. The Ultimate version, well, they don't get the black inserts on this one. It's all chromed, so I really like the look of it here. Very interesting look on the side. We get this black plastic. You wouldn't really expect that on the Denali trim, much less the Denali Ultimate. You also get this GMC here in this marker light. Get tons of these Ultimate badges, and if you look closely, there's a topographical map of Denali National Park back there behind. We also let everyone know that this has got the Duramax diesel under the hood paired to that Allison 10-speed transmission. Coming around and looking at the side and the size of this thing, it is massive. It is a very large truck, and I really appreciate that GMC gives you this additional step here. So not only do you have the corner steps on the bumper, but you have this. If you had your toolbox right here, you could get in and access it very easily right here from the side. So I really like those steps. We do have power deployable running boards, but we'll talk more about those when we get inside. GMC still goes old school, and we have leaf springs underneath the back end of this truck. We'll talk more about how it rides here in a little bit. And yes, just like I said, we do have those corner steps in the bumper, so we can climb up into the bumper and get in that way. And much like the lighting up front, we also get these kind of iridescent, translucent panels. So it's not direct LED lighting. Really like the way that they glow. They really look upscale. And we get those lights along the side as well. Very cool look. Very distinctly GMC. Coming around back to the back, just like up front, we get a blacked out GMC badge over the Denali down below it. And this does get the multi-flex tailgate. 6 position, very convenient for doing lots of different things. If I need to get into the bed, I can do it right there. If I need to actually get in the bed myself, I can climb up and get up this way. Yes, there is a handle, but I did not use it. And we can clean the top of the cab if we need to. But yes, we also have the spray-in bed liner straight from GMC with Denali there on the bulkhead. Tons of tie downs in this one. Lots of things, places to tie things and store things. Here you've got your hookups for your fifth wheel if you need it. And then, yes, this is the handle for that multi-flex tailgate, but you need to make sure that it is down before you put the tailgate up. Coming around here, we've got some additional power, and this is 120 volt, 400 watt. You do have LED lighting back here in the back as well, and back there on the back of the cab. Ours does have the optional kicker sound system here on the multi-flex tailgate, so you could power the tailgate with some tunes via Bluetooth back here as well if you need it. All around, a very nice and premium looking truck on the outside. But let's get inside and see what this thing is like in there, because that's where this thing really shines. All right, before we get inside this one, I do want to show you the key. It is a typical GMC key, nothing too special, shared across a lot of products, but I do want to show you it has lock, unlock on it, remote start, tailgate release, and a panic button. One of the things that GM does very well is you can remote start it and even open one of the doors. So if you had to load a kid in the back, in a hot East Texas summer, it's after 8 p.m. and still triple digits out here. I love that. Brands like Toyota need to take notice. Toyotas, well, the engine dies as soon as you unlock it or open a door. Not so here in the GMC. You can just leave it in your pocket or purse, wherever you keep it. Come up to the door here, push that button, and that unlocks it and deploys your trailering mirrors right there. And then you can open the door and get inside. That deploys your power running boards and welcomes you to this absolutely beautiful interior. But before we get to that, I do want to talk about something that GMC does very nicely right here, and that is your trailering information. This is specific to this exact truck, the way that this truck is optioned. So you can see conventional trailer can tow 18,500 pounds. Gooseneck trailer, 19,100 pounds. So you don't even have to guess what your vehicle can do. It tells you right in here at the door sticker. So you could tow a boat, a very nice boat, out here to the lake, much like I am at right now. You can tow a nice camper, RV, whatever the case may be. And seeing as you have the Denali Ultimate, that's probably what you're going to be doing, because this thing, it just coddles you in luxury. And we'll actually start here on the door. The attention to detail starts here on the doors. So I can hear all you keyboard warriors right now. Yeah, but it's a GM. Yeah, GM ain't the same GM. I've had Chevys since 2007. This ain't the same GM that made that truck back then. So the stitching here, the contrasting stitching that is so unique just to the armrest, very nice touch right here. We've got wood up here on the upper portion. We've got contrasting piping and stitching on the lower part. We've got embossed topographical map of Denali National Park right here. Just so much attention to detail on the door alone. We have two-person memory seat right here with exit mode. Interesting omission, you get a power up and down front set of windows, but not the back set of windows. Very interesting. All your mirror controls are right here, including your power extend for your trailering, so you can see out and around you, and you can also power fold them from here. Coming around to the interior, you can't smell it, but I'm just going to share with you. This smells like high-end leather. This smells like an upscale furniture store or the boot section of Cavender's. This absolutely smells amazing in here. Doesn't smell like a new car. It smells like premium upscale furniture. It is a very classy place to be. You get this ultimate badge here on the back of the seat with the GPS locations for Denali right there. You get this contrasting piping, contrasting stitching. You get brown and black contrasting leather. So nice. You can't really see in this light, but I'm going to do my best to bring you up. You even get the embossed topographical map here on the upper part of the seat back. More of that interesting stitching from the door. Contrasting piping all the way around. Your controls here for your lumbar, your massage, all kinds of things right here, and your button to trigger massage as well. You get this ultimate door sill badge again with the Denali GPS coordinates. Very nice home carpet-like floor mats in this one with a metallic panel right there. Let's go ahead and hop inside this one and get out of the Texas heat. Like I said, it's after 7 and we're still in triple digits. Go ahead and fire it up. Unfortunately, it doesn't give me the full Denali scenery when I fired it up, but I'll drop some B-roll over top showing exactly what the typical startup is when you haven't been filming in it all evening. But very nice interior here. We'll start over here over my left knee. This does have a 2-speed transfer case, 4 high, 4 low, 2 high, and an auto mode. This also has a trailering button and 2 different drive modes. You can do off-road and normal. So let's face it, you've got a Denali 2500. You're really only going to need those 2. Over here are all your lighting controls, your brightness for your gauge cluster, all your different lights here, including your fog lights. Back here are the controls for the very large, very massive, and very informative HUD or head-up display. So you can see, you can have a very minimalistic view. You can have your driver assistance stuff. You can have your directions or your off-road pages right there in front of you. And then you've got a very nice clean 12.3-inch gauge cluster over here, very large 13-inch infotainment screen with Google operating system in it, so wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and then you have multiple different panels here that you can cycle through, including trailering, but I won't go into too much detail on that. You've seen it in many other vehicles. That's not unique to this pickup truck, but the red graphics are unique to GMC. Here we've got a very nice layout for all your climate controls with actual physical buttons. It is a dual zone climate control. You do have heated and ventilated front seats, including a heated backrest only. Let's face it, I'm getting of the age where that's important to me. It does remember that you had the ventilated seats on every time you turn the vehicle off and back on. I absolutely love that. You know, I bring that up in every vehicle that I review. Then we've got a row of toggles down here, your engine brake, lane keep, parking sensors, drop your tailgate, hazard lights, traction control off, downhill descent control, and a blank. Interesting, here in one of the biggest, baddest trucks you can get from the company, and you get a blank, a little bit of a knock there. A lot of storage here, a lot of storage here, USB-A, USB-C right there, 2 cup holders. This is where if we had a 1500, the electronic shifter would be, but we get a proper, like, look at it, yes, manhandle it, steering wheel mounted column shifter, and then putting it in reverse shows you your 360 cameras, your backup cameras, tons of camera arrays here in this one. You can see multiple different things in this one, and GMC has really got you covered when it comes to cameras. You can even see what is in that big bed of yours. I'd be remiss if I didn't show you one thing while I've got this free-handed. As much as I love a column-mounted shifter, as much as I believe that these belong in pickup trucks, I will say the overall design of this interior does kind of detract from this just a bit, because you can see this is my view of the touchscreen right here. There are some buttons that are absolutely obscured by the gear lever when it is in drive. So that is one thing there, but one thing that is good about it being right here is you can kind of just turn the volume up, just resting your hand on it. So pros and cons, pros and cons. If you had a trailer hooked up to it, this has a whole trailering app. It remembers trailers, it remembers how many miles are on it. You can hook cameras up to trailers and make the trailer invisible back behind you here on this screen. Very nice. Speaking of invisible trailers, we do have a camera on the back of the cab that serves as the image capturing device for your rearview mirror. Like that a whole lot. We have a power sliding standard size sunroof here and a power sliding rear window back there in the back, so that's very nice. Again, these seats, so nice. We've got lumbar, we've got your bolstering, you can adjust the backrest to come up closer to you, very nice. And in this very upscale leather, I'm telling you, it smells like an upscale furniture shop or the boot section of Cavender's. It really smells amazing in here. Again, we get the ultimate badge with the GPS coordinates, very nice right there. And no, I did not forget your trailer brake control, very easy to get to and reach right here. Qi wireless charger that mostly works. We've got this removable panel here. You can store stuff up here, down underneath. That is where the window sticker is. This one stickers for $94,000 if you were interested. We did just have a Mercedes-Benz with that similar price tag, and I will say this is probably, no, it is. This is a more luxurious interior than that $94,000 Mercedes. GMC ain't the same company. GM is not the same company that it was just a few years ago. They're really stepping up their quality. But as I say that, I do have to point out that at least on this one, we have the wood panel up here. That's not unique to this one. We have the GPS coordinates. That's not unique, nor is the topographical information here. But what is unique to at least this one, oh, it worked on that one. This little panel has not been opening up on command until just now. So, you know, you talk bad about a truck long enough and it fixes itself. But perhaps all you GM haters out there will like this section of the video and chime in accordingly. That's about it for the front row. So let's go ahead and open the door, wait on that running board to pop out, and we will come back here to the back seat. Again, you are not forgotten about back here. You get that same stitching here, the contrasting piping, the topographical information here on the door panels alone. You even get the topographical information on the backs of the front seats for the map pockets. You also get that home carpet level rear carpeted floor mats in this one. You get the upscale seat package back here that does still include the same stitching, piping, and contrast from up front, but some hidden storage back here in the back. So if you want to hide some stuff in here, you absolutely can, or you can flip the seat up without any latches. There's storage down here. This is where the cable is for that engine block heater, and then you can flip it down without even having to pull a latch. I like that a whole lot. And this back seat is big enough and wide enough for 3 real adults to sit across. We've got Tucker's child seat in here. If you want to see what it's like installing this, be sure and subscribe so you see our family review. The Ram has got this beat in the backseat arena because we only have heated outboard seats. Ram has heated and ventilated rear seats in theirs. USB ports back here as well. And Ram also has a reclining rear seat. No recline here in this one, but you can see I've got plenty of room behind myself at 5'10". Headroom is not a problem either. Plenty of headroom, nice cutout here. And I didn't even mention suede headliner. So we've got a nice cutout from behind the standard size sunroof, but yeah, no problem with headroom back here whatsoever. But that's enough of the interior tour. I wish I could share the smell with you. Let's get back behind the wheel and see how this thing drives. All right, gearheads, getting behind the wheel of this beast and setting off. We are approaching 8 o'clock. Still says 100 degrees outside. And that, my friends, is why this video may be a little darker than I'm used to shooting and filming, but it's just so daggum hot here in East Texas that I had to get some shade. We don't get shade until the evening, but this pickup truck is so nice. I've been joking that this is the status symbol of Texas, and it really is. I posted pictures of this on my personal Facebook page just today and got more comments on this than I've gotten on some rare sports cars that are hardly even out in the market yet. So yes, there is a lot of desire for this pickup truck in and amongst my peers here in East Texas. This thing is absolutely top notch. And I keep bringing up the smell in here. It just smells premium. It feels premium. It looks premium. Everything about this interior, this is the Cadillac of pickup trucks. GMC is really pushing the boundaries of the Denali line right up next to what Cadillac is offering. We've had a couple Cadillacs here on the channel. Honestly, I'd probably take this over it. I mean, my back is being massaged right now, which, yes, I know you can get massage seats in an Escalade. And the stitching on the door panels, on the seats, that is some of the nicest, most unique stitching I have seen in a vehicle ever. Like, that I can actually afford, I'll put it that way, because yes, you can get hand-stitched interiors and things like that, but this interior really is the name of the game. This is why you would buy one of these, because you've worked hard your entire life, you're now the boss, you have a ranch, whatever the case may be, you want to be seen and you want to ride in comfort. That is this pickup truck. I can't tell you how many of these I see parked in driveways in neighborhoods and at the country club and at the boat ramp. These really are everywhere. This is how you show you have money here in East Texas. You buy a truck like this. Yes, you can get the Denali Ultimate on the 1500, but if you really want to flaunt your wealth, you get the 2500. In the amount of time since I've reset the trip meter, I've driven 64 miles, averaged 15.5 miles per hour, just to show you I've been driving this around town. There's some deer, enjoying the cool 98 degrees, but I'm getting 9.9 mpg in this. This is big enough, is classified differently than your typical pickup truck, so does not require EPA numbers on the window sticker. But yes, I have gotten it over 10 But again, it's hot, y'all. I've been leaving this thing running to keep it cool. I've been remote starting it. If you've got the money for this pickup truck, you've got the money for fuel. Diesel prices, at least as I'm recording this, are very comparable to regular unleaded. So, I mean, there's a lot to be said for buying a diesel. And again, 19,100 pounds of towing with a gooseneck in this one. Very impressive. Now, how does it ride? How does it drive? I'm not gonna lie to you, it doesn't drive small, because it's not. It's a big pickup truck. It's bigger than my '07 Silverado that just, this thing makes blush. I did recently see that pickup truck again. Brought back some fond memories, but this thing drives very well. The turning on it, you can absolutely crank the wheel and do relatively tight turning circles in this pickup truck, so it is rather maneuverable and is not a beast to drive in at least East Texas traffic. I have not had any problems with it, and it kind of feels like coming home to me. There are so many big pickup trucks on the road that the roads around here are made for it. Now, if you live in a big city, something like that, that's up for you. But here in East Texas, again, trucks like this are literally everywhere. There's room inside for 5. The 2 up front ride in supreme comfort. Those in the back are not sitting shoulder to shoulder. There's actually room to get comfortable back there. And this is a premium experience all the way around, and really shows how much General Motors and GMC have come over the years. I am just blown away at the quality of this interior, and the fact that I told you, and I mean it, that $94,000 Mercedes-Benz GLE that we had about a month ago, yeah, I'd have this over that. Part of that is because I'm from East Texas. Part of that is because it didn't have massaging seats or a head-up display. This one does. And this one is practical to boot. And on that note, thank you so much for watching. Find us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, YouTube. Everything is at GT Garage Talk. Or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com. Read more about this pickup truck, things I couldn't remember off the top of my head while driving it around. It's down to 96 degrees here as we approach 8 p.m. But as for me, here in the Cowboy Cadillac, until next time, gearheads, bye. This interior just fits you like a good broken pair of boots, which I'm wearing. I don't know if you noticed. These boots, nice.